every problem that they have boils down to just one thing, and that is, it never should have been a live adaptation. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Finding 10, where we are gonna search for a 10 out of 10 movie. At the end of 2020, in case you didn't know, Netflix released two banger original series called Alice in Borderland and Sweet Hope. This is part 1, let's talk about Alice in Borderland. So, what is Alice in Borderland? Alice in Borderland is a live adaptation of the manga with the same name. Arisu, a good-for-nothing adult, is suddenly transported into a parallel world with two of his best buddies who are also adults. And I dare say that they're adults because I'm not blind. The series will want you to believe that they're teenagers, that they're 18 years old, but come on, look at them. They look at minimum 27 years old. But nevertheless, in this parallel world, they have to play deadly games in order to survive. Now, me personally, I like these types of premise. I think they're fun and exciting. But you can't deny that it's been done a million times before. The most fitting comparison is probably Escape Room, because it feels exactly like that. But luckily, Alice in Borderland is way more enjoyable than that whole pile of garbage. I'm not saying that Alice in Borderland is great. No, it's kind of meh at best because they have a lot of problems. But you know what? After giving it some thought, every problem that they have boils down to just one thing, and that is, it never should have been a live adaptation. I think anyone who's familiar with mangas, animes, or even just animated stories would agree with me on that one, because we know that the very nature of most animated stories is to capture something that can never be captured in the real world. They are full of over-dramatizations and full of overreactions, but they get a pass because we subconsciously have built this animation bubble inside our mind where we know that everything inside of it doesn't follow the same logic as our world. And what's worse is that mangas and animes are on the extreme edge of the spectrum. Take Death Note for example, or more specifically L. We love L, I love L, I love his quirks, I love the way he sits, I love the way he eats candies. But actually imagine this for a second. You're in a classroom, you're doing exams, and you want to see the clock, so you turn behind and one of your classmates is doing this. One thing's for certain, you won't think it's cute. And that is exactly the problem with Alice in Borderland. So, let's dive in. Problem 1. Arisu. Arisu is your typical relatable MC that just doesn't work in live adaptation. All he does is gaming, he doesn't go to school, he has no friends other than Karube and Shota, and yet, he is secretly a child genius that can save the world. Because you know what? Even if you don't have a life, you can still save the world. Psych, that's really stupid. If it was an anime, I would give it a pass. But there's something about live adaptation that makes us expect it to follow real world logic. And by real world logic, no. Arisu wouldn't have survived the first season of Alice in Borderland. I would give you the first game, but no. Arisu wouldn't have survived the second game. I mean, look at his physique. Problem 2. The friendship. Look, I know that they're supposed to be 18 years old, but I don't even think that 18 years olds are supposed to act the way they do. Their friendship was so childish. Any guys who are watching this and are 18 years old or above, please tell me this. Would you go to your male friend's house at midnight uninvited and then just pop up from their window and make stupid faces just to make him laugh? Because to me, that seems like a thing that 7-year-olds will do. But who knows, maybe I just don't have good friends, so drop your answers below. And the fact that they look 27 at best doesn't help this case at all. Problem 3. Again, animes and mangas are full of overreactions. There's a lot of expressions in mangas and animes that works because they are animated. Now when you try to translate it 100% into a live adaptation, you get this.
うちのボスが味見してっつってんだよ。おい。おい。あ、ちょっとお前取んなよ。やめろって。
So, my final opinion on Alice in Borderland. Alice in Borderland is a really unique series as they try to do something that is different. Ultimately, they fail, but luckily for them, their failures are sometimes so hilarious that it made me not hate them. At the very least, I really applaud them for trying something new and to potentially open the world of animes to those who are skeptic about animes. No, it's not great, it's far from amazing, but if you don't take this too seriously, you will still have an enjoyable time. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. Their cinematography is so anime-like that sometimes it's really beautiful. And there are 2 storyline arcs that are actually great. My advice for season 2 is to just downplay the anime style. No, not the cinematography, but just the acting, the script writing, and the editing. You know, make it more grounded to reality. So Alice in Borderland gets a score of 6.7. I applaud them for having actual great arcs and for trying something new. But they have to find a way to translate the manga into the live screen better. That's it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, drop your thoughts on the series down below, and I will see you guys at Sweet Home.
Gotta think. The size of my room is 93.74 centimeters. My hair's length is 5.615 centimeters. That means, if my calculations are correct, I'll survive.